Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. I've made some improvements to the plant and there's more to come. So let's cover that and then we're going to run some material. And you can see by the money, I've got almost enough, I think, to buy the cheapest dozer. So the plan is to run a little more material, get some more money together, buy a dozer, and I think I'm going to start flattening off an area here so we can build the plant in a better location. This was kind of a temporary experiment. It worked okay, but it's on the side of a hill. It's a little bit messy. So as you can see, I've been experimenting with how to kind of cover up the walkways. The wood's not too bad. May get some handrails and stuff eventually. When this reaches somewhat its final form, I'll start doing more detailing. Went in and got some paint. Just kind of colored things in for fun. So the water is coming in the white. I've got these different lines kind of separated out. It's green as it comes in, and then we change colors. I did go ahead and get a high temp sorter. I don't remember if I showed this or not. I don't think I did. It's been a little while since I recorded. This is a high temp sorter. So I think silicon, aluminum, and iron come out the bottom. So those go into the high temp smelter, and then everything else comes around here. And if it's dirt or pay dirt, it gets sold because we don't want to send the dirt through. And then it goes on through, everything else gets smelted. And that's kind of where we're at. It works well. We get steel out now. I don't have to make the steel myself because with the high temp sorter, it's going into the proper smelter. I had a lot of comments about various things like pass through. Like, I know the game lets you pass stuff through, like the wash plant and the different smelters. You could simplify this. That's not how I like to build things. I like to make it somewhat logical. So we bring the dirt and the pay dirt out, we send it to a wash plant. We don't just send everything to the wash plant and then, you know, it eventually finds its way through. Within the limitations of the game, I kind of like to make things work how they should, in theory. I hope that makes sense. That's how I like to play. So yeah, I have 2 trommels. That's okay. I don't mind. This may get refined to, we'll see. I want to get a flat spot made and we can rebuild it. But for now, this works. It pulls the high temp stuff out. Everything gets made properly. Life is good. Also, there's one commenter in particular who's kind of hung up on realism. Like, he's saying if something's not realistic, you shouldn't do anything realistic. That's not what I think. You know, there's limitations of the game, but I like to play somewhat realistically when I can. So sure, the smelter makes magical wooden boxes. I don't get hung up on that. I do like to have things get sorted in a logical manner, like I said, and make it somewhat realistic where I can. You know, we put shoring up the things, put things on. I don't have things just hanging in midair. That's the way I like to play. Feel free to buy the game and play however the hell you want. Anyway, let's move some material. So yeah, don't get too hung up on that. And don't be a jackass. You know who you are. Getting kind of into this coal seam, which is a huge money maker. That's how I made a lot of the money here, you see. Is selling off stacks of coal. When you get a more kind of permanent plant set up, I may have it set up so it can automatically sell the coal. If I just turn on pass through, it could go into a sell point. We'll see. But I think about $350 or so was the cheapest dozer. So let's get a little more stuff run through here, and then let's see if we can go buy a bulldozer and start moving some dirt. Looks like one of my wash plants is still going. I want to move that stuff as well. I kind of want to just carve off that whole area and start leveling out. I do want to leave this road here in some form or another to get to town. I do occasionally still drive the truck into town. We'll probably drive the truck into town to go buy the bulldozer. We'll see. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I've got a little bit of time. I'm actually recording on a lunch break again. It's a busy, busy week. I haven't had very much time to game or record. So, as usual, gotta take it when I can get it. Life's busy, work's been busy, life's been busy. I'd planned to record this evening, but wife needs me to go over to her school and assemble a stand-up desk for her, so there went those plans. We'll see how that goes. She always comes up with stuff to do, so I imagine that's the whole evening shot. I'll get a little bit of recording done here on lunch break if I can. Pop. Come on. There. Oh, we got one little blue pull left. There you go. So I have blasted this down a couple times, and I cleaned that all up. That's where that 300 grand came from. Keep chewing away at that overhang. Probably should go chop those trees before I do some blasting. I don't know for sure what happens if you blast underneath a tree. I don't know if the tree... I assume the tree just disappears. Unless you cut it with an axe. Well, I should get the plant running. I don't have it running yet. Trying to level this off, but the bucket still... It needs some work. Tends to skid. I've even had it pick up material when it's not tilted down. It could just get in some weird situations. Okay, we should have quite a bit of coal coming in there, so let's get the plant turned on. I should report that as a bug, that the unloading sound just keeps playing if you're outside the cab. Kind of weird how that works. I don't know if there's like an event that doesn't get picked up. I don't have access to the code base, of course, but having done quite a bit of programming, it always makes you wonder when you see bugs like that, what the underlying cause is. Alright, let's get a couple more scoops of coal. That'll get us some quick, easy cash. And we should have enough to buy a bulldozer. Yeah, this is gonna be good money right here. And I haven't even started digging down yet. I imagine we can go down quite a ways on that coal seam. Oh, I don't remember if it was in the last video. I put deck plating on here and ended up painting it gray. Just thought that looked a little better than dumping into the open top of the hopper. Nice having some color on the plant. Makes it look a little better. There we go. All right, last scoop. Got a nice big scoop of coal. Dump this in and we'll go do some dozer shopping. I'm interested to see how the dozers behave. I think they got a rework. I think it was dozers, loaders, and excavators got a rework. Well, here, let's fill this up with fuel so it's ready to go. Next time I use it, let the plant run. Max fuel capacity. Oh, and I forgot to show. I had another comment that was helpful. You know how the boxes wouldn't pass through without a merger? Turns out they will pass through with a chute. So I'll go show you that. That does work. So thanks for that tip. That does work like a champ. So I simplified this. So if I put a chute here, the boxes will transfer through. They won't transfer through without a chute, like the ore will. The ore will just fall off here and go. So yeah, that was helpful tips. I got rid of that whole mess that was out here to get the merger to work. Greatly simplified the output there. Alright, we're still running stuff. And then I'm walking through the wash plant. Sue me. That's going over there. Looks like it's selling off the dirt. So ideally I'd have basically trommel, wash plant, trommel. And then that would get rid of all the dirt. And that's the way I like to build them. Like I said, you can just let it pass through and it'll magically work. That's fine. There's enough magic going on. I don't need any more magic. Alright, I think we are done. Let's go turn the plant off. And I'll sell off most of the coal. I need to keep some on hand because I use it to make steel and make the steel plates. Let's go see how much we might have. Cool. Got a decent chunk, so let's split. We'll keep 1,500. So there's another 20 grand. Nice. Puts us up over 400. And we'll see what's ready to go here from the factory. And then the factory's going to need to move. I think those are empty. That should be empty. Yeah, so all these are empty. And you were still running through about 800 sheets. You're done with the rubber, so we can get rid of you. And actually, I think we'll just get rid of you. And we'll move you. That'll work. Alright, let's put the steel roller. Let's go set it over here by the truck for now. This is kind of an unused area of the mine at the moment. Yeah, let's just set it back in here for now. That works for me. We say make all the steel sheets. Did I have anything left over? Nope. We're all good. And then we can say sell the steel sheets. Still sell that. Sell that. Sell that. These guys we'll keep for later. So we got 417,000. Nice. Let's go to town. Let's go down to Iron Johnson, where he drives a hard bargain. See what we can pick up for a bulldozer. Whee! The road's a little bumpy. Truck handling is a little wonky. If I remember right, we go this way. Or is that completely wrong? It might be completely wrong. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, this works. Can I get there from the gas station? I have to go. No, I think I have to go around. Yeah, I guess I could, but we basically turn here. Oh boy. Truck needs a lot of love. Alright, here we are at Iron Johnson Equipment. Alright, vehicles, dozers. We have one for 336. Then we're looking at A61 for the next one up. This one appears to be used. See how the blade has wear on it? So we're going to get the 100A. Yeah. Done. Alright, let's go see what this bad boy can do. Terraforming locked. That's what that little tink 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 sound was. It was the autosave. Does this just loop around? Where does this go? Oh, maybe they're going to add more stuff down here. There's a lot of room to add stuff. That doesn't really go anywhere. Just goes to empty houses. Very narrow streets. That's okay. It's a digging game. It's not a city simulator. Let's go move some dirt. See, whoa. See how we get along with the dozer. Oh, look at that. I got my plant up on the hill. Looks like it should slide off the mountain at any moment. That's what we're going to fix. We're going to get a somewhat flat area. We'll see if we can't make that a little more compact. Fill up while we're there. Super realistic. Helicopter drops it off. It's a game. Not everything is going to be realistic. All right, this is a beast of a dozer. Let's get the paint switched out. While we're looking at stuff, well, you used to be able to switch those. Maybe you can't do that anymore. Cool. Aw, no startup sound? Boo. Okay, now I can remember how this works. It's got like a tiltometer. That's a word, I swear. Now I may want to switch this from simple auto. That used to be kind of a problem with it pushing. Let's see how it does these days. May have to get it where we select a specific gear. So let's come over here, and then we want to... Yeah, it's gonna be a little fast, I think. That wasn't too bad. I do wish we could float the blade. Yeah, that actually worked really nice. This is how dozers work now. I'm excited. Yeah, I don't have the 6-way. Can I push a little bit at a time here? Can I grab the corner with my blade? Oh, that's beautiful. That is nice. Oops. Let's do this. Let's try to just take a little cut. Let's get back on somewhat level ground. Let's just push with the blade. Yeah, it is tilting it because my track's going up. See if we can kind of even that out a little bit. Yeah, it's going to take some practice, but yeah, that works pretty well. Get back to mostly level. There's a big old coal seam there. What happens if I undercut? We stop. Okay. Fair enough. That's completely fair. Yeah, I think I can work with this. It's gonna be rough, but that's due to operator competency. That actually works pretty darn well. I'm gonna need to move my fuel tank. That much is clear. Actually got into some pay dirt here. Maybe I'll leave that pay dirt there. I can grab that with the loader. See if we can get this kind of leveled off a bit. Yeah, that's nice. If you had some joysticks and a lot of practice, I think you could be pretty good with this. I'm just using a mouse and keyboard. I don't have a lot of practice, so it's kind of rough. Even with my low skill level, that's working out pretty well. And it's managing the transmission gears pretty well. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very nice. Angle the blade to kind of bite in a little more. It's showing as pay dirt, even though I thought it was mostly dirt. Yeah, I get in here with the loader. I need to get some overburden and put over in this hole here. Yeah, that's pretty darn cool. I dig it. Hashtag dad joke. Kind of smooth that out a little bit. And it just builds material up as you would kind of expect. It's maybe a little much. Yeah, and just keep working it. Excellent. Let's make another pass here, and then I need to go move my fuel tank before I forget and I bury it. Cool, I forgot to look and see how much fuel that had in it when it was new. I don't know if we just burned up a tank or what. Let's see if I can knock some of this down with the bucket. Yeah, there we go. Looks like it may have pay dirt in it. So this would be a pretty big project, leveling off this area. We'll make profit off of what we can. So there's quite a bit of pay dirt here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy on the controls. There we go. A nice big bite. Then I'll just get some plain dirt and level out this front part here. I'll see how it goes. I might even end up moving this road to the kind of south once the plant's out of the way. I kind of want to make a big level pad here for the, and build the plant on that. Be a lot better suited. Kind of worked to make it on the side of a hill for a little while, but I don't know. I guess I could leave like the dumping part here. And then just maybe have the metal go across and get smelted over there. I'm not sure. I'll get some dirt moved and we'll see what we're thinking. I could build, you know, a big conveyor line to come across here and do processing over here. It's like I kind of like the dump. And the water setup, the power plant's all right there. That works well. And I'm not unhappy with like the trauma wash plant. It's just once we get over to the smelters, it gets a little bit ridiculous. So I might do that. I'll see. I might end up sending the metal across and then have the smelters over here on a pad. I don't anticipate hitting rock, but if we did hit rock somewhere, that would require a lot more stuff in the plant to deal with that. Crushers and, you know, froth floaters and stuff like that. But I'm okay with just what we got here. I've done all that. This is the 7th season I've done. I've done all that. I was just excited to play with the new physics. So I've been using the loader a lot. We'll be using the dozer a lot now. I'm not much of an excavator guy just because I don't really have the time to get good with twin sticks. I've got twin sticks. I've done that before. I've done a stream where I was using my twin joysticks with the excavator. It was fun. But I don't always have the time to, you know, set those up and just put the time in to get good with it. I'm literally recording this on my lunch break at work. Because that's all the time I have today to play and record. And I'm going to be out of town all weekend, so trying to get stuff recorded ahead of time, which I like to do when I can. I've already got, this is Wednesday. I've got tomorrow and Friday's videos all queued up, ready to go. This should be Monday's video. I still need to get recorded Saturday and Sunday. And that will get me through the weekend. I'm having a lot of fun. Just I don't have a lot of time, as usual. So I try not to rush too much and still enjoy it. Really looking forward to getting back in and recording the second episode of Space Engineers 2. Going to do that tonight as well. Not sure I'm going to have time. We'll see. I'm going to try to keep things coming out on schedule. Cool. There's a fair chunk of stuff to make money off of coming out of this cleanup work we're doing. That turned on. So yeah, I'm liking the new physics. The loader's been working well. The dozer's awesome. Looks like that's going to be a pleasure to run instead of frustrating. If you watch the previous series, you know how frustrated I was with the bulldozers. They're in a pretty good spot right now, from what I can see. So well done, Christian. I'm not sure if he's got any other people coding helping him or not. It's been a single dev for quite a while. I think maybe he's got some modelers and people helping out. I know some people have had trouble with the loaders, but they work great for me. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what the difference is. And I even loaded in a 2355 on a test copy of this save. And it worked just like the little ones do. So I don't know. There is a little bit of weirdness still with the buckets, that's for sure. But everything's working great between the loader and the dozer. Yeah, that is a ton of pay dirt. So I'm going to be running that through the plant. Might as well run it. It's just money sitting on the ground. Can't decide if I want to get a bigger loader or not. This one works really well. It's nimble. It's got a lot of horsepower for its size. We'll see. 9.5 yard bucket. I mean, that's... You could park a Mini Cooper in there. Pretty good sized bucket. Like I said, it's got a ton of horsepower. If we take a look at loaders. So we've got the 10,000, right? 9.5 yard bucket, 518 horsepower. If we go up to like the 11, it's actually got less horsepower. 518. Oh no, it's a little more, sorry. Just a little more horsepower at a way bigger bucket. I don't know. I think the L11 is the one I used for a long time. Starting with season 4. And I think the L11 is what I used. So we may upgrade to an L11. We'll see. Forgot to even look at price. How much was that bad boy? Well, it's not expensive at all. Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll eventually graduate to the L11. That'll be kind of our just the bucket we stick with. But for now, I'm happy with this little guy, which is the L10,000. Yeah, let's get a different bite on that. There we go. Alrighty, I do need to get back to work. There's a lot of pay dirt there, a little bit of coal too. So I'll be running that. We'll do some more dozer work, I think, next episode. I'll see if I can get to time. I'll run a bunch of material and we can be ready to do dozer work next episode. That's the foreseeable plan, though. We're going to build out that pad. And I'll do some more thinking, but I think I might do that. I think I might keep most of the basic plant here. And then, like, post-wash plant, we move over here and we have the high temp sorter and that stuff. Although, oops. Yeah, I kind of like to redo that. I might redo put that trommel over here and have it feed into there. And it could go across to the smelters. I'll see. We may end up having 2 conveyors go across. That's the plan for the next few episodes. I'm going to be working on getting the pad built over here. I need to move my fuel point somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'm going to move that. I don't really want it over here because I use my mouse button to dig and it will be refilling the fuel all the time. I could possibly set it back over in here. It wouldn't be great, but I don't know. We'll see. But thanks as always for hanging out, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Happy digging, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.